Elder Scrolls 6 is easily one of the most anticipated games, period. We're talking about the sequel to Skyrim. But knowing that we are so incredibly entranced in the idea of finding out more makes the fact that it's taken a long time that much more noticeable. Hi folks, it's Falcon, and today on gameranx we ask the question, is Bethesda taking too long with Elder Scrolls 6? So, on August 1st of this year, someone by the name of Danny Phantom on Twitter tweeted that her boyfriend had a dream that Pete Hines said we're not going to tell you anything about Starfield until next year, and said it was such a relief just to know. Pete Hines responded to the tweet, "Your boyfriend is smart." Now, he's clearly just saying something we already basically have intuited. We're not going to hear anything else about it this year, meaning it's probably not got a release date in sight at the moment. So the first version of this question, is Bethesda taking too long with Elder Scrolls 6, are we okay with that? And long story short, I'd say, yeah, we're fine. They're not taking too long. They absolutely need to take their time. The thing is, Bethesda is finding themselves in a bit of a unique position with this one, and it's just a little bit more complicated than one might expect. Elder Scrolls 6 was technically announced back in E3 2018. It was a big teaser, we had a video of landscape, a logo, some music. Bethesda had been working on it and, is very much still working on it right now, and seemed to kind of want to cool down expectations as the game is a long ways away. Bethesda Game Studios is currently focused on Starfield, which is a new IP, a space sci-fi RPG that also seems quite a ways off. Starfield likely kind of being the sci-fi equivalent of Elder Scrolls, maybe? I don't know. I have a theory they might exist in the same universe, and I am very much hoping that's the case. That's just me, though. Elder Scrolls 6 is honestly still probably in early concept phases. So, like I said, we're talking years. But also, is that really a bad thing? Expectations for Elder Scrolls 6 are out in the stratosphere. Skyrim was easily one of the biggest RPGs of all time. It had record-breaking sales, it burst into mainstream, most casual gamers have heard of Skyrim, and Elder Scrolls is like one of the biggest franchises out there now. Also, it's on basically every platform. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if you can play it on, like, your fridge or something. You know the fridges with the screens? Search Skyrim in the App Store on there. Just see if it's there, if you got one of those. I'm curious. In 2016, which I would remind is 4 years ago, Todd Howard had said that Skyrim had sold over 30 million copies. And again, that was before the Switch version existed, and I'm sure that sold a lot of copies. And Elder Scrolls is a ways off, obviously, but Todd Howard claims they're designing it so that people will be able to play it for at least a decade. I mean, we'll see if that pans out, but I mean, Skyrim, there are definitely still people doing that, right? Makes sense. So, I mean, we're talking about high expectations for a variety of different types of fans and players, and that's going to take a lot of time. You can't rush that, and if you do, you end up with subpar products. Basically, we're taking the same stance as we have with a lot of other delayed games like Cyberpunk 2077, which was delayed multiple times. Insert Miyamoto quote, "A delayed game is eventually good, but a rushed game is forever bad." The only real risk is taking too long and losing casual gamer interest, which, I mean, I understand casual gamers have shorter attention spans, but that's even, kind of a reach. At this point, it's already been a really long time, so, what's the big deal if it's a couple more years? It's kind of a drop in the bucket, and it's not like demand has gone down. Skyrim released in 2011. We've been keeping busy with other games, and like I said, Skyrim is on everything, and a lot of people have been playing Elder Scrolls Online in the meantime as well. The longer it takes, the more special and unique it can be. People making these games have a lot on their plate, to make a game, to write a story, actually a lot of stories, the way that Elder Scrolls is set up. First, you gotta build a world, and it looks a lot like we're gonna be seeing Hammerfell, from where some of the staff members are taking reference photos and vacationing and stuff like that. They're looking at places that match the description of Hammerfell, which is kind of your Mediterranean/Middle Eastern desert basin, Assassin's Creed Origins type situation. what that world's going to look like, build all the systems in the game, build an engine around that game, populate it with quests, people like Shirley Curry, who is appearing in Elder Scrolls 6 as part of a fan petition, a woman who became popular on YouTube for being over 80 and playing Skyrim on, lots of videos, voices, music, it goes on forever. But like a big thing about it is engines. The tech that the games are built on is crap. Bethesda makes buggy, janky messes because the engine they use is buggy and janky. It used to be something that people considered charming, but it's not anymore. Todd Howard mentioned in PC Gamer, he said, I could sit here and explain the game to you and you would say, that sounds like you don't even have the technology. How long is that going to take? And it's something that is going to take a lot of time that we have in mind for that game. He was talking specifically about Starfield, which he also talked about a major engine rewrite. And being that's the current project, Elder Scrolls is the following project, most likely Elder Scrolls is going to use tech that comes from Starfield. In a statement on joining Xbox, he noted that the Xbox Series X and S are optimized for the vast types of worlds they love to create, and that the generational leaps are not just in graphics but in CPU and data streaming, which has led to their largest engine overhaul since Oblivion. This is, stuff that I've wanted to hear out of their mouths for a while. Like, we're actually trying to address the, not great tech we have. You've heard me say, just use Unreal, guys, so many times at this point. But in truth, I would like to see them just use something that works. If they make Creation Engine into something that works better, particularly because of the possibility of them not dealing with multiple platforms. We don't know anything about that for sure. Phil Spencer sort of motioned at the possibility. A reporter asked if they could recoup the $7.5 billion investment if they don't sell Elder Scrolls on the PlayStation. Spencer quickly said, yeah, we could, but he also kind of walked it back by saying, we don't want to take games from a player base. So, don't expect it, but also don't be surprised if it turns out that way. I'll say, if they don't have to develop for multiple platforms, it may end up being that their games work better. Is that the trade-off here? I don't know. I think they really don't want the game to just be like Skyrim 2 in the tech department or something like that, though. I think they want it to be much bigger. So, a tech rebuild sounds in order and is probably what they're doing right now regarding the game, as well as working on Starfield in that capacity. And at very least, it's good that Bethesda is being upfront and forthcoming about the roadmap here and not just being like, you stay tuned. They're basically like, yeah, relax. We're making a new Elder Scrolls game. We told you it's going to be a long time. Don't bug us. We just barely started it. We're working on it, etc. And that honesty is good, especially in an age where Bethesda isn't the golden child it once was. There's a lot of sectors of the gaming population that just don't love them. I'm going to say it involves a lot of people who have tried out Fallout 76 in particular. Like, Xbox acquiring Bethesda for billions of dollars has been the subject of constant debate whether it truly means whether Bethesda games are going to be exclusive, which, exclusivity is not a pro-consumer practice either. It's explicitly designed to force people into a platform ecosystem by limiting their choices. Not cool by any stretch, in my opinion anyways. But we don't have any real idea if they're going to do that. They said it's going to be on a case-by-case basis. But thinking about it from that perspective, Bethesda taking too long with Elder Scrolls 6 is a really good thing, because they just got scooped up by a big company, and they can give them tons of money and resources to make exactly what they want with no compromises and maybe no need for weird microtransactions. Bethesda, maybe? Think about it. These are now possibly the actual system seller games. And again, like was mentioned in another video, not necessarily even exclusivity, but the fact that they're going to be part of the Game Pass. They could sell them for $60-$70 on the PlayStation 5, and if you got a Game Pass subscription, you get that for free that month, as well as the other games that come out for free that month, which is not going to be zero. There's a lot of strategies they could implement to leverage this purchase quite well. I think that it's worthwhile to be skeptical. It's not something that I think is not understandable, but Bethesda and Microsoft did say the company would be allowed to go on making their games how they want without meddling. They just have more support now. Now, if that remains true, we'll see. But maybe internally they're glad they have a bigger safety net and they can make a really crazy Elder Scrolls game. So are they taking too long? Well, from the perspective of us being excited and wanting more Elder Scrolls, wanting to explore more of Tamriel, yeah, of course, it's taken too long. As a fan, it's taken too long. But as an appreciator of the art of the people's labor that goes into these games, the detail that we get to see, the technology that's being developed to give us the most realized version of Tamriel ever, I get it. I want them to take their damn time, to be completely honest, and I want the game to be the best that it can be. I don't want the employees to get burnt out. I don't want them to crunch like crazy. I would rather have a game that completely satisfies in every possible way than a game for the sake of a game. Elder Scrolls games also have to last a really long time by design, so again, for even just that purpose, I would rather them take the time that they need. But what do you think? They taking too long? Is it understandable? Leave us a comment, let us know. If you like this video, click like. If you're not subscribed, now's a great time to do so. We upload brand new videos every day of the week, and the best way to see them first is, of course, a subscription, so click subscribe, and do not forget to enable all notifications. As always, we thank you very much for watching this video. I'm Falcon. You can follow me on Twitter at Falcon the Hero, and we'll see you next time right here on gameranx.